So as someone with epilepsy, I get two types of seizures. So blessed. I'm kidding. So I get full body seizures and then another type known as focal or partial seizures. So those focal or partial seizures can sometimes be harder to detect from someone who may be witnessing it going on because essentially you just go totally nonverbal. It's as if you're not present. You cannot communicate back. When I've experienced them and someone is talking to me, I cannot speak or respond back until the partial focal seizure has completed. Sometimes, like, I think online it says it varies, but it usually lasts like under 30 seconds. It's not long at all. But to the person experiencing it, like myself, it can feel like a lifetime. And the focal seizures, you don't generally have like the jerking movements or whatnot that one would generally have with the full body seizure, where your body is obviously seizing. This is more so an internal feeling and experience versus what is actually represented externally. For me, it almost feels like an oncoming premonition type of feeling, a deja vu, like I've been here before, I've lived this before, and this is related, generally speaking, when it comes to that degree of intensity where I feel like I'm gonna lose control, I'm gonna like not be present. That's generally related to the epilepsy versus the BPD, the ADHD. What else? I'm like blanking. What else? PTSD. So it's also important to be able to differentiate these feelings when you can, because there's obviously levels of severity for these conditions, and what treatment or what's needed in response varies, right? Between if you're experiencing a seizure of some kind, likely you need to see the neurologist again, or if it's something more related to a mental illness, and again, a different type of treatment or action needs to be taken. For myself, luckily, it's been years since I've experienced like a full body seizure or the partial seizures. I've almost experienced them, but luckily not fully. I find when I have those very intense feelings of the premonition, the deja vu, like I can feel my heart rate quickening, like the focal seizure or the partial seizure is gonna be oncoming. A few things that I like to do to try to avoid that I have found actually to be helpful is to try to keep yourself in your body as much as you can. Do physical things, squeeze something, tap your arm, tap your wrist, tap your temple. Do things to keep your mind inside your body, because I find it's almost as soon as I let that go, that feeling go, a seizure can take place. And if you can, try to communicate to someone what's going on. And I'm going to talk more about my epilepsy because it was something I had shame about for so long, but it's so important that people are aware.